The largest snake ever recorded. And it's not what you think. You think you know the largest snake ever recorded. You've seen the documentaries, you've heard the numbers. You're wrong. The real answer is stranger, older, and considerably more disturbing than anything on that list. Snakes have been producing outsized fear in the human imagination for as long as humans have had imaginations. And for good reason. They are among the most successful predators in vertebrate history, ranging in size from a few inches to lengths that challenge what a limbless animal should be physically capable of. Tonight, we're going through the record books, the confirmed giants, the disputed legends, and, at the end, the one that changes every assumption you came in with. Before we reveal the snake at the top of this list, we need to understand why scientists believed the answer was settled for decades. Because it wasn't. And the reason it wasn't will surprise you. Snake number 1. The Green Anaconda. Imagine a snake as thick as a man's torso, heavy enough to pin a grown adult to the riverbed without effort. The Green Anaconda is the heaviest snake alive, and the confirmed record is almost certainly not the real maximum. The Green Anaconda, Eunectes marinus, is the heaviest snake in the world. The longest confirmed specimen, measured under scientifically verifiable conditions, reached 8.8 meters and weighed approximately 97 kilograms. But the anaconda's reputation has always exceeded its confirmed record for one specific reason. The Amazon basin, where anacondas reach their maximum size, is one of the least accessible ecosystems on Earth. Measuring a living anaconda accurately requires capturing it, genuinely dangerous for very large individuals, and measuring it under controlled conditions before release. Indigenous communities and river workers throughout the Amazon consistently describe anacondas significantly larger than the confirmed record. During construction on the Belo Monte Dam in Brazil, workers filmed an anaconda of extraordinary size in a flooded tunnel, footage that circulated worldwide before the animal disappeared back into the water. Size estimates ranged wildly. What the confirmed biology tells us is simpler. Anacondas grow continuously throughout their lives. The oldest individuals live deepest in the Amazon, exactly where no scientist has gone to measure them. The confirmed record is 8.8 meters. The actual maximum is an open question. Snake number 2. The Reticulated Python picture. A snake longer than a school bus, moving silently through Southeast Asian forest. The reticulated python holds the confirmed length record, and in documented cases, it has consumed adult humans. The reticulated python, Malayapathon reticulatus, holds the confirmed record for the longest snake ever measured under modern scientific methodology. A captive specimen named Medusa was measured at 67 meters and listed in the Guinness World Records. In 2011, a team in Malaysian Borneo captured and measured a wild specimen at 8.2 meters and approximately 150 kilograms, the largest wild python measured with current standards. The local Dayak communities who assisted told the researchers that this was not the largest python they had seen in those forests. The researchers noted this without being able to follow up. What separates the reticulated python from the anaconda is documentation of its feeding behavior at scale. There are multiple confirmed cases of reticulated pythons killing and consuming adult humans in Indonesia and the Philippines, all involving snakes in the 5 to 7 meter range. A python of 8 or 9 meters is an animal confirmed to exist. What it is capable of consuming follows directly from its confirmed size. The forests where it lives are still large, still dense, and still producing snakes that no one has fully measured. The record will likely be broken. The question is, when and by how much? Snake number 3, the giant anaconda of legend. Every explorer who entered the Amazon came out with the same story. A snake so large it could swallow a cow. Science dismissed it for a century. Then someone found bones that didn't fit the record. The legend of a true giant anaconda, 15 meters or more, has been dismissed by mainstream herpetology for most of the 20th century. The largest confirmed anaconda is under 9 meters. A 15-meter snake would require an entirely different understanding of what the species is capable of. But the reports have never stopped. Indigenous communities across the Amazon, the Yakumama of Peru, the Boyuna of Brazil, the Minhocao of Mato Grosso, describe, across multiple unconnected linguistic groups, the same animal. A snake of extraordinary size, associated with specific deep river systems, encountered rarely and avoided carefully. In 2016, a partial skeleton of an enormous snake was reportedly found in a cave system in the Mato Grosso interior by a Brazilian speleological expedition. The vertebrae, if belonging to a snake, would indicate an animal of approximately 15 to 20 meters. The find was reported to Brazil's environmental authority and has been under analysis. No peer-reviewed publication has emerged. But the vertebrae exist. Scientists who have seen them have not dismissed them. Something made those bones. And whatever it was larger than anything in the confirmed record. If that animal still exists, the Amazon is one of the few places on Earth where nobody would know. Snake number 4. The Titanoboa. Most people think the next snake is the largest one that ever lived. They're only half right. Imagine trying to wrap your arms around a telephone pole. That was roughly the thickness of Titanoboa at its widest point, 13 meters long, 1 ton, and what its existence tells us about the future is more alarming than its size. Titanoboa carajonensis lived approximately 58 to 60 million years ago in what is now Colombia. It reached confirmed lengths of 13 meters and a body weight estimated at over 100 kilograms, more than a ton. Its body at its widest point was approximately 1 meter in diameter. It was the largest snake that has ever existed on Earth, confirmed by fossils found in a Colombian coal mine in 2009, when a miner found a vertebra the size of a dinner plate. Researchers initially assumed it was from a large crocodilian. Here's what makes Titanoboa more than a historical record. Its existence is tied directly to temperature. Snake size is limited by metabolism, and cold-blooded metabolism is limited by ambient temperature. When Titanoboa lived, average tropical temperatures were approximately 30 to 34 degrees Celsius, significantly warmer than today's Amazon. Climate models projecting warming trends over the next century produce temperatures in the tropical zones that approach Paleocene conditions. Titanoboa didn't just tell us about the past. It told us what the tropics could produce again, given sufficient warmth. The largest snake that ever lived was a product of a warm world. The world is getting warmer, and the snake at the top of tonight's list isn't Titanoboa. Snake number 5. The real answer. The largest snake ever recorded is not a living species. It is not a fossil. It is a photograph, taken in 1907 in Borneo, that scientists have examined for over a century and never fully explained. In 1907, a British colonial survey team working in the interior of Borneo reported encountering and killing an enormous snake on the banks of a river in what is now the Malaysian state of Sarawak. The officer in charge took a photograph. The photograph shows the snake laid out on the riverbank alongside members of the survey team, providing a scale reference. Based on the dimensions of the men standing beside it and standard photographic analysis techniques, the snake has been estimated at between 10 and 14 meters in length, well beyond the confirmed record for any living species. The photograph has been examined by herpetologists, photographic historians, and forensic image analysts over the decades since its rediscovery. The consensus is that it does not show evidence of manipulation or staging. The perspective is consistent, the scale references are plausible, and there is no documented reason to suspect fabrication. What the photograph shows is either the largest reticulated python ever recorded, exceeding the confirmed record by several meters, or an animal that has not been formally described by science. Whether the 1907 photograph captured the largest reticulated python ever seen, or something that science has yet to name, we still don't have a definitive answer. That's exactly what keeps this mystery alive. The confirmed records, 7.67 meters in captivity, 8.2 meters in the wild, are all products of moments when a large snake was somewhere humans could measure it. The 1907 photograph represents what happens when a very large snake is encountered somewhere. Measurement was impossible and survival was the priority. The forest it came out of is still there. The record it represents has never been officially broken. And if the forests are still hiding snakes larger than anything we've measured, we may not know until one decides to be seen. If this video surprised you, share it with someone who thinks they know everything about the natural world. They don't. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We have more of these every week. And before you go, drop a comment telling us which snake from tonight surprised you the most. We read every single one. And if there's a creature you want us to cover next, tell us below. You might just see it in the next video. See you there.